I'm Mulletboy, you're watching Underworld Voices.
I feel like a demon, I look like the witch. Don't get so mad, I'm intriguing your bitch. Got flax on my feet cause I'm flax.
Alright, so I'm gonna hit you with the first question.
Yeah, let's do it.
So how'd you make your way into the scene and what inspired you to put together shows?
I made my way into the scene by honestly just meeting like-minded individuals in New York City when I was like 16, 17. I went to a lot of underground shows, and I went to a Lil Poof show for the first time when I was 15, 16, forget. But I just saw all the unity and just met all these new people and inspired me to start throwing shows, honestly, you know. I saw nothing like it before. I didn't have many friends in school, so that was like the only place where I made friends, met people like me, and I thought it was special. So I was like, you know what? I want to be a part of this too. And I just started throwing shows with my friends, artists I met online, Instagram, etc. Yeah, that's how I started.
Awesome.
Yeah. You're good. You're straight.
So yeah, what were your early shows like that you put on, and what did you learn from those early experiences that you applied to what you do now?
My early shows, I mean, my first show was at Tompkins Square Park. I did it with Psycho Java, Grave 718, my boy Sheba, Holocorpse Mafia, all of us were there. And it was just a very early on. It was, you know, just straight DIY. I got a generator, I got PA speakers, and I made do, you know? So it was very just gutter, very DIY. Made no money, lost money most of the time, but I was trying to do it for the culture. So it was really just like the homies in a park, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't a show yet, it was just like what we could do for now. But you said how did I develop to where I am now?
Yeah,
essentially.
That to that you applied to what you do now.
I mean, just trial and error, you know what I mean? I failed so many times, cops shut me down, I got arrested for doing what I did, I got so many trespassing charges. You know, just got in trouble a bunch and try to structure it in a way where it would work for everybody. You know what I mean? Because if I keep losing, if I keep, you know, getting in trouble with the cops and just bringing people out and leading them into places where they could also get in trouble. You know, it just felt like a clusterfuck. And I was like, you know what? I gotta put this somewhere where no one can I guess, say I didn't try. And so I started doing stuff at galleries, like the Living Gallery, for instance, random peer space venues, got into more official venues later on, but just straight trial and error, bro, you know? Like, I failed and lost so much money before I made my first dollar of profit. Like, no one will ever understand how much money I fucking lost doing this, but I knew I had to do it. I knew I had to keep going, you know? Yeah.
What is some of your proudest achievements so far?
I think my proudest achievement was my first achievement, my first real achievement where I felt proud of myself, and that was when I met Death Proof in 2022, and I got NASCAR and Dirty and Mozzie out here for the first time. We actually ended up doing 3 shows that weekend. First show was with NASCAR. Dirty's flight, I think Mozzie and Dirty's flight got canceled or just delayed. They couldn't make the show. And the next day, we did another show in a DIY backyard, and it flopped because we got shut down. And then we did the third show under a bridge in the Bronx, and that shit went pretty well. So, you know, just persevering through all the, I guess, hardships I went through that weekend, that was my biggest accomplishment. That was just it showed me that I can really do this. And just seeing all the happy faces too, all the people that came through and just having a good time, it made me genuinely so happy. So I would say that's my biggest accomplishment to this day.
Awesome. So how's the work you do, how has it helped you evolve as a person overall when it comes to, as you're saying, problem solving, working with tons of people, juggling so much? How does that help you develop overall as a person?
Could you repeat that question? I'm sorry.
Oh, you did. So all the work you've done in terms of working with tons of different people, problem solving, juggling a bunch of different things. How are those experiences, developing those skills, helped you evolve as a person overall?
Honestly, it's helped me understand who to keep in my life and who not to keep in my life. Um, you know, I treat this stuff like work now because it is still my passion, but it's become work, so I gotta treat it like work and be very, I gotta have a regimen and I gotta have like a basis of like respect for myself. And it's definitely treated me, pretty poorly before, so I've through that I've understood like, I guess in real life, like just friends and family, who to keep around and who, will support me and take me to that next level, because it allowed me to understand like, I guess like there's more nuance to like your career, like you have to take everything with a grain of salt, but I have to also see everything at face value, and that might mean like cutting people out sometimes, being alone sometimes, and learning how to accomplish things by myself. I've dealt with a lot of like temporary people in my life, so it's definitely made me understand how to navigate my life better in the sense of like respect for myself, respect for my time, my integrity. Yeah.
So how do you see yourself growing and evolving what you do in the future?
Keeping an open mind. For a while, I was very like, no outsiders, no new people. I was very like closed-minded, and so keeping an open mind has definitely helped me progress in my career and in my life in general. I used to be very like anti, like literally like anti new people. Like if you're a new rapper, new artist, like, and you're like biting somebody or inspired by somebody, I was like, fuck no, that shit is trash. We need the original stuff, the good stuff. But like, as I progressed, I realized like acceptance is the only way you're gonna move forward, and you kind of got to take it a little less serious,
I feel you.
I got you. I got you.
So what do you see as the future of live events in general? Do you think we're in a good time for live shows? Has it gone up and down?
Well, we're in a recession, so right now, I don't think live shows are gonna do so well in the future. I feel like we're in a bit of a like muddy water right now, but you just got to keep going. Like the vultures are eating us alive, like Live Nation, AEG, all these big corporations. I guess in a way, like they control the entire like show like economy. So everything's just like smaller now. Like you used to see people outside doing their thing, spending money on tickets because you got to buy the venue, you got to book the yard, everyone needs to be paid. So now we're in a recession. It's like no one wants to spend their money. Everyone wants more money. So unfortunately, right now we're in a bit of a muddy water. But I have hope. I always have hope for the future. But I feel myself taking a step back currently just because it's a little scary. It's a little scary right now, But I have hope. I always have hope.
Do you have any advice for people who want to get into putting on events, doing what you do? Or at least taking a traditional path in the world of the creative world, music in general.
Be genuine, like you're never gonna get anywhere like wanting to be somebody. You just kind of got to do it because you want to, not because people, not because you want something superficial. I see a lot of people now, like a lot of promoters, a lot of show curators, just like creatives, and they do it for a superficial reason. They want to be somebody. They want followers. They want clout. They want X, Y, and Z. And in a sense, like that's okay. Like we want what we want, but it's not like I could see through it. Everybody can see through it. All the real creators can see through it. So just being genuine, like just actually wanting it. There's a lot of people who just do it because they're like, oh, like I see this guy. it's all fake. It's gonna burn out in 6 months to a year. So just be genuine, you know.
Sure. So that kind of bounces a little bit off what you're saying, but what are your thoughts? Like, if you want to elaborate more, what are your thoughts on pursuing, your dreams and your passion in the world, and not conforming to what most people feel like they need to conform to? What are your thoughts on that?
I mean, conformity in general is like it's human nature. You know what I mean? Like you want to be a part of something. We're social beings, so like we do whatever we can to be part of that. So whether it comes down to trying to be around a certain group of people, or just trying to be like somebody, being inspired, it's still conformity. You know, I don't think it's wrong, but I do think you need a genuine sense of creativity and drive to do this stuff. You know, like we have a lot of culture vultures now. We have a lot of people like white suits just kind of coming into the scene and trying to capitalize with whatever's popping. And I feel like genuinely, it dilutes what we have in the scene truly. But I always just say it is what it is, and what's real will prosper. You know, so it's all right. You know, like just keep going, bro. Just keep being creative, keep being genuine. Like you can't stop these people from trying to bite and be culture vultures. So just keep doing you. Yeah.
Yeah. So lastly, do you have any projects, events, anything coming up you want people to know about?
Yeah, kind of. I have like Mullet Mania 5 being planned already. I can't say like much about it, but I'm planning Mullet Mania 5. We have No Rest Fest being planned for different cities and stuff. I'm routing my first like real tour soon. So as far as I guess shows and music goes, it's about it for now. And yeah, right now I'm working at a fucking pizza shop, so I'm just trying to prioritize like my stability. But as far as shows go, tour, Mullet Mania, No Rest Fest. That's about it. Yeah.
Awesome, man. Well, I appreciate your time, bro.
Absolutely, anytime, bro.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure.